At the 2001 North American International Auto Show, Honda debuted the Model X. This wild-looking concept was developed by a team of young designers at Honda's US R&D division. They had set out to create a vehicle that targeted primarily young active males by offering versatile utility that combined elements of pickup trucks, SUVs, and cargo vans all into one cube-like package. And while this concept looks like something developed using the same CGI engine as the 90s Canadian television show Reboot, it caused enough of a stir to be fast-tracked into production. The result? Meet the 2003 Honda Element. But is it another smash hit of innovation from Honda, or is it the Japanese Pontiac Aztek? Well, there's only one way to find not the time, Gil.
Why no pinch?
For 2003, the Element launched with two trim levels, DX and EX. The DX was a real basic trim, and while it did have power windows and door locks, it didn't have cruise control, AC, or even an audio system, although many things like AC and a CD MP3 player could be added as dealer-installed options. According to Honda's press release, the DX was intended to be an ideal platform for customization. Not a bad idea, considering they were targeting young males, but as we'll talk about, I'm not sure that that's the demographic that was actually buying these. EX trims came standard with features like cruise control, a 7-speaker audio system, power mirrors, and rear power outlets. As I mentioned, the Element was targeting 20-something younger buyers with active lifestyles, which in the early 2000s would have been the older part of the millennial demographic and younger Gen Xers. They featured younger people in all of their brochures and had a very creative ad campaign with early 2000s internet video production quality and humor. It featured Gil the Crab,
Why no pinch?
and later on other animals as well.
I'm a bit of a hodgepodge. But look at you. Part SUV, part van, part surf wagon.
Gil the Crab even had his own MySpace page. Apparently there was an Element and Friends website and even a game, and while I found links to those things on the Wayback Machine, sadly I couldn't get most of them to load.
I pinch.
No, Gil, that's how you lost your job the first time. While the Element did sell well, over 67,000 units in its first year, I think Honda was a little off base on who this vehicle would actually appeal to. I started working at my first Honda dealer in 2014, and we had plenty of Element customers, and I don't remember any of them being younger, certainly not in their 20s. When researching this video, I thought maybe that was just an anomaly of my area, but a 2003 survey found that 67% of buyers who purchased an Element in its first model year were over 35, and the median age was 42, which means it was boomers that were buying this car back in 2003.
Because while Honda marketing honchos went to great lengths to explain how the Element is targeted at Generation Y single males, we found plenty of tot-toting boomers who found it mighty intriguing too.
It's essentially a big box with a lot of black plastic. These plastic body panels are a bit of an eyesore, but the Element's philosophy was function over form, and these polypropylene panels were unpainted and therefore scratch resistant, and Honda advertised that you could lean equipment like mountain bikes up against them without worrying about your precious paint job. It actually is a good idea when you bear in mind the type of lifestyles that the Element was aimed at.
I pinch.
You could pinch these panels and they'd be just fine, but don't, that's annoying. For some of the earlier model years, you could actually get these plastic panels in blue, as well as some of the interior trimmings when paired with satin silver metallic paint. The tailgate opens up like a clamshell, perfect for camping or tailgate parties.
I pinch.
But probably the Element's most notable feature is the lack of a B-pillar, and since the rear doors open backwards like a pickup truck, loading and unloading a crossover has never been easier. Reinforced lower side sills, roof, and floor cross members compensate structurally for the lack of a B-pillar. Rear seats can be folded backwards, removed, or flipped up to the side to accommodate a variety of passenger and cargo combinations. You can also fold them into lounge seating or even a makeshift bed, although this does not look like it would be as comfortable as the first-gen Odyssey bed. The water-resistant, non-carpeted, urethane-coated floor means you can roll your mountain bike right in fresh off the mud trails and easily wipe away or wash the floor clean when you're done. Water-repellent fabric is standard on the front seats, and EX models extend this to the rear seats as well, so you can hop right back in your Element after taking a dip in your favorite swimming spot. One feature I do really like is the rear skylight. It's only on 4-wheel drive models though. There are plenty of storage compartments and even hooks for strapping down your cargo. This versatile interior can easily haul mountain bikes, surfboards, snowboards. It's great for musicians, and dog owners love it too. Honda advertises that there are 64 seating configurations in total. Each rear seat has 4 positions, normal, reclined, folded or removed, and each front seat has 2 positions, up or reclined. Mathematically, I guess that works out, although not all of those positions would actually be of much use. So, what's under the hood? Good news. A K-Series. It's the K24A4 and it makes 160 horsepower. And I'm happy to say that all trim levels are available in manual or automatic and front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive configurations. All-wheel drive models use Honda's real-time 4-wheel drive system shared with the CR-V. ABS is standard on EX models, but not present on DX trims. Despite having the aerodynamics of a brick, the Element actually drives pretty decent for what it is. It really just feels like any other Honda SUV. Honda went with slightly stiffer shock damping than normal, and they used large anti-roll bars, so the Element doesn't feel as top-heavy as you might think. The Element is heavier though than, say, a CR-V, and so doesn't quite get the same fuel economy, although it's still by no means bad. Midway through 2004, an LX trim was introduced, and for 2005, the DX trim was discontinued. The new base LX models have AC, cruise control, and a CD player stereo as standard, but still lack ABS, map lights, a driver's armrest, or vanity mirrors. For 2006, a fully painted EX model became available, designated as the EXP, which included body-colored door handles as well.
Hey, I just thought I'd tell you, Gil the Crab, he had a MySpace page.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Did you ever have a MySpace page?
You're, aging me here, but yeah.
He had merch, too. Did you have as many followers as Gil?
Don't think I had as many followers as a make-believe crab. No, not even sure if I do now.
How do you think he uses a computer mouse, like with claws and all?
Oh, I'm sure Mr. Big Shot Crab has people for that.
You sound kind of jealous.
I'm not jealous! The Element received a refresh for 2007. There was a new grille and they darkened the inside of the headlight housings. There was a new steering wheel and the gauges were revised too. ABS became standard on all trims and all EX models now had body-colored plastic panels and door handles. A good functional improvement with this update was relocating the front seatbelt shoulder mounts from the rear door to the front seat back. This allowed rear occupants to exit the vehicle without the front passenger having to unbuckle their seatbelt. There was also a new SC trim that was introduced. These models had their own unique front bumper and grille, different shaped headlights with projector beam housings, and different colored gauges and interior lighting. They also sat a bit lower on 18-inch alloys, so it seems that maybe this model was intended to try and attract some more younger buyers by looking cooler.
You get dropped?
A little bit. Just a little bit.
That looks tight.
It did this at the expense of some utility though, not only due to the lower ride height, but also it had a carpeted seating area, a non-removable center console, and was front-wheel drive only. It seems like this model was trying to position itself as more of a city or urban edition.
Yo, what are you up to Saturday night, huh?
I'm not exactly sure, but since I'm the new SC, the Element designed to kick it with the city dweller, I'm sure to be something sick home slice.
SC models came with a third power outlet in the center console and had a unique pattern on the seats, which was not made from the water-resistant fabric. There's also 2 exclusive exterior colors for the SC, Royal Blue Pearl and Root Beer Metallic. They're calling this root beer? Someone should tell Honda marketing that 13-year-olds aren't usually in the market for new cars.
I pinch.
Sure, Gil, come along. We're going out for seafood.
No pinch, no pinch, no pinch.
The engine is updated to the K24A8 for 2007, and power is up to 166. All models from 2007 on come standard with Honda's VSA traction control system. Another more substantial cosmetic update comes for 2009. There's another new grille and bumper, revised lights, and the polypropylene panels are gone. Fenders and quarters are all now metal, and the shape of the wheel arches is more square. I also noticed that on EX models, door handles have gone back to black. Inside, there are new interior colors, updated gauges again, and navigation is now available as an option on EX and SC trims. EX models have a removable cooler now in place of a center console. Regrettably, 2009 is the last model year you can get a manual. All transmissions are auto starting in 2010.
I pinch.
You know, Gil, this is an auto, so go ahead and pinch it for all I care. The SC model was dropped for 2011, and that would be the Element's final model year. It wasn't replaced, and we likely won't hear of the Element name again until Honda needs to resurrect yet another nostalgic name to try and sell one of their terrible new products. There is still quite the cult following out there for Elements. They aren't exactly easy to find nowadays, and they don't come cheap, but if you can find one that doesn't have a completely rusted out frame, they are pretty reliable. Element owners, make sure to let me know what your favorite Element feature is down in the comments.